Hello Year 1, today's maths lesson is about recognising and naming 3D shapes. So remember 3D shapes are shapes that we can physically hold in our hands. For our anchor, I would like you to match the shape to its correct name. Pause the video now and have a go. So shape A is a cube, B is a sphere, C is a square-based pyramid because the base is in a square shape. Shape D is a cylinder and E is a cuboid. And here we've got some different examples of 3D shapes. Some of them we came across on the last slide. But with these 3D shapes, some have curved faces. So for example, the cone, the sphere and the cylinder. And because they are curved, it means that they can roll. Others of these shapes have flat faces, which would make them good for stacking and making a tower. So the cuboid and the cube, you can stack easily. And then other shapes actually have points at the top. So the triangular-based pyramid, the square-based pyramid, the triangular prism and the cone all have points. The difference between a square-based pyramid and a triangular-based pyramid is to do with the shape at the base. So if you were to flip these upside down, you would notice that the square-based pyramid has a square-shaped base at the bottom and the triangular-based pyramid has a triangle-shaped base. Here we have got some different 3D shapes and you need to identify which ones are cubes. So go through them one at a time. If it is not a cube, put a cross, and if it is a cube, put a tick. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, so this first shape here is a sphere. So that is definitely not a cube. This one here is a cube. So we'll give that a tick. The yellow shape is also a cube. And the green shape is a cone. This time you are being asked to find the shapes that are cylinders. So once again, go through them one at a time. Put a cross if it is not a cylinder and a tick if it is. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, so the first shape is a cone. So that is not a cylinder. Second shape is a cylinder. It's got the two flat faces on each end and then one curved face that goes all the way around. The red shape is a sphere. And this final shape is another cylinder. This time we've got a true or false question. It says true or false. The shape below is a cone. Okay, so if we think back to what a cone looks like, it has a curved face. And if we look at this shape here, we can see that the faces are flat. They are not curved. So we know that this is false. And this shape is actually a triangular, because it's got a triangle base, a triangular based pyramid. So for our answer we can write it It is false because this shape is a triangular based pyramid. If you are struggling to remember any of the names of these shapes, you can go back to the second slide and use that to remind you. You don't have to remember them all at this time. Here the question says, circle the correct name of the shape below. And the first word says cylinder. We know it's not a cylinder because a cylinder has a curved face. The second one says pyramid. We know a pyramid comes up to a point, which this shape does not. And the final one says cuboid. We know that it is a cuboid. And this time we have got to find which shape is the odd one out. Okay, so the first shape here has got a curved face and it has got two flat faces. This is a cylinder. The second shape is a cuboid and this shape is also a cylinder. So the odd one out, the shape that is different from the others, is the cuboid. So we can write the cuboid is the odd one out because the other two shapes are cylinders. This time the question says, the shapes below are labelled, spot the mistake. So shape A has been labelled as a cone, shape B has been labelled as a cuboid, and C is labelled as a cube. We need to spot the mistake and explain our answer. Well, I know that shape C definitely is a cube, so that one is right. And I know shape B is definitely a cuboid, but shape A is not a cone because I know that this shape is a sphere. A cone has a point. So the mistake has been made with shape A because I know it is a sphere and not a cone. For this question, Henry has collected these shapes. He says, all these shapes are spheres. Is he correct? Explain your answer. Okay, so we're going to go through them one by one. This first one, I can see it definitely is a sphere. It looks like a football. The red shape here is also a sphere. And the orange shape is a sphere, but this purple one definitely isn't. This is, of course, a cylinder. So the question is asking if Henry is correct. We know that Henry is incorrect. Remember, he thinks they are all spheres. So Henry is incorrect because one of the shapes is a cylinder. For this question then, Jack posted some 3D shapes through the first hole of his shape sorter below. So this is a shape sorter and he has posted some 3D shapes through this hole. Which 3D shapes could he have posted? Give 2 possible answers. So for a shape to fit through this hole, it needs to have a square face. So if we have a look here at some of our shapes, we know that a cube has square faces. So the cube would have fit through that first hole. Now we need to give 2 possible answers. Another shape that could have fit through the hole would be a cuboid, because a cuboid can have 2 square faces. In this case, the face on the end is actually a rectangle, but it can sometimes be a square. So a cube or a cuboid would have fit through there. Okay, so here are your questions for today. For silver, you need to match each shape to its name. So use a ruler to draw a line from the shape to the correct name. And then you have got some more varied fluency questions. 5A, you need to decide if this shape is a cuboid or not. Question 6, you need to circle the correct name of the shape. Question 7A, you need to find which shape is the odd one out. And for 8A, you need to follow the path of the square-based pyramids to make it through the maze. So you start here and then you follow the path to get to the other side. But remember, you can only move across squares if they have a square-based pyramid inside them. And for gold, you are completing some reasoning and problem-solving questions. These are all very similar to the ones we have been through together. So go back to listen to the examples if you are having trouble answering them. And for platinum, we have got some more challenging reasoning and problem-solving questions.